Hello, Berlin. Hello, leaders. I'm excited to be here, but also sad. I'm sad because, as you can tell from my English, I'm from Spain. And recently in Valencia, Spain's third largest city, we had this natural disaster that has taken the lives of almost 200 people now, with extensive material losses also reported. I want to take the opportunity to honor the brave men and women that are helping, both officials and volunteers, tireless working on relief efforts. So please, a round of applause for them because they are quite the heroes now. That QR code could lead you to a webpage where Cabify, my company, is joining with the Red Cross to do a little fundraising. So if you have the chance, it will be greatly appreciated. But now, let's go back to my presentation. Do you want to see a software engineer to sweat? Ask them for an estimate. Hi, I'm Luis, and I have been leading engineering teams for almost 20 years now, and speaking to conferences like this for a minute or so. So please bear with me. Let me introduce my team. OK, we have here Bob, the engineering manager, Alice, the senior developer, Carol from business, Dan, and Eve. My boss and my wife insist on pointing out I'm Bob, but my mom still thinks I'm Dan. So it's curious. Let's get back to our topic. Carol from business is always asking the same question. Do you know what the question is? Yeah, when it will be done. Yeah. So, what can Bob do to answer this question? He might be thinking on the hours it will take. If he's so fancy, he will be using Pomodoros, you know. Also, he can think about story points, this kind of weird thing nobody knows what is behind. They are also sometimes used as Fibonacci numbers, whatever that is. Or maybe he can use t-shirt sizes. Have you been to a store lately? Have you tried taking 2 t-shirts from the same size? It's nonsense. Or even planning poker. You know? This meeting together and using cards in order to try to align on which size the task is. Or maybe he can use the most sincere answer. I don't know. Okay? So, what happens when we do this in a team setting? It's even worse. Because if you ask that question, what you are going to get is silence, and an uncomfortable silence. So, is there hope for this? Well, instead of trying to think of the answer we have to make, let's think about the question. When we ask when this will be done, what we are doing is this. We are asking somebody to tell us when the probability of something being done goes from 0 to 100% in a certain moment of time. Is this how reality works? Isn't this a more realistic shape? Isn't it reality more organic? If we follow this shape, we might be asking a different question for getting this answer. Let me use your mind for a second. Pick a task from your backlog, mentally. No answer needed, but pick one. So, ready? Is it going to be ready in a year? What is the probability? 100%, right? If you don't have 100%, please, office hours later, okay? What about 6 months, 3 months? 100% yet? A week? Maybe we are starting to go down in probabilities?
If you're enjoying this, LeadDev's got loads more to offer.
I have written some blog posts for the website in the past. I know the recordings from all the conferences are up there. You should definitely check it out.
LeadDev can offer you a variety of things, from blogs, webinars, panels, Slack community which is super supportive.
So make sure you check out leaddev.com.
Doing that exercise, asking about the probabilities instead of asking for a precise moment, tends to be a more comfortable setting for your team. They are more comfortable answering this kind of question. Instead of asking for a precise moment, ask for the probabilities in an iterative way. Months, weeks, days, hours. Also, asking about probabilities helps you to also find hidden things. Because if the shape you are finding is that it gets up far in the future, what you are asking about is not a task, it's a project. What you are seeing here is pending refinement. You have hidden tasks that are accumulating over time that are doing that the task you asked for go into the future and start growing in that future. So, what I found out is that using this method brings immediate results to team cohesion and climate. Why? Because engineers feel more comfortable, feel more safe delivering this kind of estimates. Instead of asking for a precise answer, being more organic, being more flexible, makes them easier to answer that question. Also, engineering managers like me, because I'm Bob, face less uncertainties because we are able to embark in a conversation and avoid that silence that usually is in the room after asking for an estimate. Also, Carol from business usually gets the impact on time because she can manage her own risk. If you are saying that it's going to be ready in a month with 80% of certainty, maybe she is fine with 80%. Maybe she wants to transmit information about, no, maybe it's more than a month because I'm more comfortable saying a 90% probability. Okay? And also if our product manager has a clearer roadmap because she can kind of be more flexible on the roadmap she presents ahead to leadership. So the key is that using probabilities also leads you to balance. To a balance where allowing flexibility leads to the team being more committed because they have been much comfortable telling about the probabilities, so they are also more comfortable about being committed to those answers. They are also more comfortable about estimating, as I said, but also they are accountable for the word given. You can expect them to back those estimations they made. And also, giving estimates as probabilities is an exercise of information that allows you to also honor deadlines because you can continuously ask the same question. What is the probability of this being delivered the next week? The next week is approaching. It is increasing, it is decreasing. You can have this conversation more comfortable. So, is this a silver bullet? No. Okay? This is something that worked for me, for my team, but you have to train using this method. You have to find the sweet spot on your team. Okay? In order for this to work, you have to train using it. But also you have to embrace, once you've found out how it serves for your team, you have to embrace and keep using it for making all estimations, because once you find a spot where you can make your team comfortable about giving estimations, going back to the traditional when it will be done, it's easy to destroy that commitments and that comfort of the team giving estimations. And also, most importantly, you should use this to align, never as a weapon. Estimates are information points that you should use to get your team more aligned. So in conclusion, don't ask when it will be done. Please, instead, ask for the estimates. Thank you.